Hey guys, an anxious man here. Think anxiety. It's Friday. It's currently 4 or 6 p.m. As I do, I always record my videos on Friday. And today I want to talk about something I was thinking about last night and this morning. So I hope you guys caught the video I posted last night about, just some vegan exploration that I'm doing, new fruits I'm eating, etc. But as far as anxiety goes, it's something that I know I do every day. I'm sure people with, I'm assuming, but I think it's a safe assumption that everyone with anxiety does. Everyone probably does it, but everyone with anxiety does it, and it is fuel. It is the fuel that that makes that anxiety more intense. And what it is, and I've probably talked about it before, but I want to make a whole video about it today. It is when the conversation, the play, the fantasy, the interaction, the argument that you have in your head with basically yourself, but with whoever. So, for example, you get to work late, or you're going to work and you're late. What usually goes through your head? Now I know what goes through my head. An argument. Usually it's with whoever the authority figure where you can get in trouble from, the manager, supervisor, the boss, whatever you want to call it. So it usually goes something like, because it's both, you, the other person is you and you are you, the argument usually amps you up because it doesn't go in your favor, because it's just your anxiety manifesting itself as images in your brain. So you feel anxious because like you're in a rush, you need to go to get to work, blah, blah, blah. And then in your head, there's the boss, let's call her, woman A and you're man B or whatever. And it's like, they say the things that you want to hear, like, why are you late? And then you start, well, I woke up late and I don't have any feeling well. And they're like, well, that doesn't matter. You have to be here at a certain time, blah. And then you're getting yourself into this argument and you're getting yourself all amped up. And then you get to work and no one says a thing. That's in my case, most of the time. I'm sure if you go to work late, you might get, someone might say something to you, but whatever. I'm always late to everything. Anyway, now that goes for any topic. One of your parents, one of your best friends, or someone you're in a relationship with. Whatever you're feeling, anxiety wise, whatever is bugging you, whatever is the thing in the moment that is your bringing you anxiety, I know I tend to have the fight. I have a fight in my head with my mom, my sister, my best friend, the person, whatever interaction. It goes south, and that other party says one thing, and then you say one thing, and then you're back and forth, and you're having this fight. And I'm noticing my jaw's getting tense, and my brain doesn't know the difference. I'm actually gearing up for like an argument or a fist fight or something. You're going crazy, but it's just you versus you. The other person is not there. That manifestation of them is just you, and it's like playing chess with the devil, or against yourself. The move you're making and the move the other person is making. It's the same thing, so you can't outsmart yourself. You can't just say like a thing, like an excuse, like, oh, I'm late because of this, and they go, oh, okay, because then it'll be over. They have the counter because it's just both you. So here's what I've been doing, and I've been doing it for months, probably close to a year. I do slip, like, this past Monday, I wasn't having a good day. I believe it was because a lot of sugar ate the night before, but I'll make another video about that. And, I have a bad day because I get myself into those, I call them plays. It's like a play. It's like a movie starring you, and you're both the protagonist and antagonist or whatever. You're the villain and you're the good guy. You're Batman and you're the Joker. And it's destined to go on forever. It's as the Joker says, when an immovable, an unstoppable force hits an immovable object. It's chaos, and that's the fight in your head because you're both parties. So here's what I've been doing. What I do when I'm doing something, I use work for an example, because you work most of your time awake is 8 to 10 hours a day is at work. So when I'm doing something, I notice that because I have an anxiety brain, I have an anxious brain. If I'm working on someone's windshield or some other part of someone's car, and you're like judging yourself. You're like This is how it happens to me. I am rationalizing and like explaining why I'm doing a thing and not something else. Or doing it a certain way and not a different way. Who? Who am I explaining it to? Who am I? Why am I constantly on, like, I feel like I'm on the defense. Like I have to constantly explain from like an apologetic position why I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Because I always feel like I'm against the ropes when you have anxiety. You always feel like, yeah, is this the right way to do it? Do people hate me for doing it this way? Am I doing it the wrong way? Am I not smart enough? Am I, you're constantly in this judging, and it manifests itself as like a dialogue. And what I've been doing is I take whatever I'm doing, and instead of doing that, I imagine, and this is exactly how I imagine it, that there's a hidden camera. Someone they're watching, the manager, the people who I work for, the customer, whoever it is that I might be concerned may think I'm not doing the right thing for the right whatever. I imagine they're in a conference room back at at the headquarters or whatever, and they're watching me, and I have an earpiece in, and one guy is talking to me, and the rest of them are talking amongst themselves in the room. And as I do things and they go smoothly, because they usually do go smoothly, I do a pretty good job. I'm not bragging, but I usually do a pretty good job. I imagine as if it's almost like they're cheering me on. They go, oh yeah, he did a great job there. But really, it's just me. That's all those characters are just me. So it's like me in my own head. I found a way to have me support me. Because I feel like no matter what, the mind, for whatever reason, my mind will manifest itself as different characters, basically. But there are people that I know, and it can easily go south, and you can easily turn it into you're being judged, or you're being reprimanded, or you're being punished, or something like that. You can flip it so that you are, because whatever you're doing is what you're doing. There is no real like reprimand or prize. You're just working, or you're just living your life, or you're just going to the beach, or you're just driving somewhere, or you're just going to the doctor, or you're just whatever you're doing. We judge ourselves. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's because of religious things and us growing up with this like father figure watching over us and judging us and their sins and all that. That's a much longer than a 10-minute video. But I want you guys to let me know, what do you think about that? Do you do that? Because I know I do it. And I have to safely assume that everyone does it. And people with anxiety probably do it a lot more. Do you notice it? Do you catch yourself having an argument with someone that your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, or a friend, or someone from work, or just someone you had a bad interaction with throughout the day? Are you still fighting with hours later, days later, weeks, months, years later, having this fight over and over again in your head? You can flip it. And it's not easy. I mean, for work, it's easy for me because that's how I imagine. I literally imagine there's people, they're judging me because it's me judging me, but positively. They're all in favor of whatever I'm doing. They think I'm doing a great job. They are saying how, and it's almost like amongst themselves, they're talking about how I do it better than them or whatever. Because I think that's what it really is. Like, I've had times where I want to do something. I want to post a video. I want to write a poem. I want to put whatever it is I like to do out there into the ether using social media. And there's that person that pops up in your head. He might be a friend, or she might be a friend, or an acquaintance, just someone who's a cynical, negative piece of shit, basically. And it might be you. You might be that way. And as soon as you want to do your thing, that person pops up, and because you care. I think, especially those of us with anxiety, we really do. We want everyone to like us. I don't know what it is exactly, but you care what that person thinks. So then you see them. I do this. You see that person like judging you, talking crap about you with other people or whatever, talking about you behind your back. So it stops you. Like, what's that guy going to say about me? I don't look like an idiot. I'm embarrassed. So all that stuff in our head, the different characters, voices, whatever. It's not voices. I mean, I actually see the people. Try to flip it around. Flip it so it's in your favor, because you're making it up anyway. It's a fantasy. It's a play. So just try working on it so that it is tilted, because you're making it up anyway. So just like, now you're the hero in the story. You're you're not the victim. You're not the enemy. You're not the bad guy. You're not the good guy, but you're just doing great. Just trick yourself. What's the difference? All right, so I'm getting close to the end of the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to know if this happens to you, what you do, or if you're going to try this, and maybe let me know if you do try it, if it does work, if it doesn't. Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Anxiety. It's Friday, and Anxious Man out.